Now, we've talked all about porosity, what it is, the spectrum, how to determine your hair's porosity. We've talked about the factors that alter your hair's porosity. Now you want to figure out, okay, I've determined that I am low porosity. I understand all the factors that affect my hair. How do I care for my hair now that I know that it's low porosity? Lower porosity hair, as I mentioned before, has tighter cuticles. Like I said just before as well, shampoo has like a pH around 7 if it's formulated properly, and that helps to open up the cuticle of your hair and get all of the product and all the buildup out of your hair. So low porosity girls, it is so crucial for you to use a shampoo. Like, I understand a lot of people like co-washes, but it does not clean your hair. And if you are somebody who has low porosity hair, you tend to get buildup very quickly. Like, products just build up on your hair so fast. You need to use a shampoo to get all of that product out, strip all of that product out. If you don't want to use like a traditional shampoo, you could use Ayurveda. I have a video on how I use Ayurveda to cleanse my hair. You could use that. You could also use clays, which tend to strip your hair. There are options for you in terms of stripping your hair, but it is super important. Strip your hair, get all of that product and gunk off of your hair so that when you go to your conditioning step, your hair has a clean slate to start from. So now we talk about conditioning. You want to make sure, as I mentioned before, deep condition your hair with heat. Heat tends to open up the cuticles of your hair. It allows the moisture to get in and penetrate even easier. If you are low porosity or on the lower end of the porosity spectrum, I'm sure you'll find that your hair feels way different if you use a deep conditioner with heat as opposed to without heat. Like, your hair just is like worlds apart. In terms of styling, for low porosity hair, you want to let your hair kind of air dry a little bit. You don't want to like just go straight in with products after you wash your hair on soaking wet hair. Your hair will take an eternity to dry. Honestly, you really don't want to do that. It would just frustrate you, the length of time it takes for your hair to dry. So let your hair air dry a little bit, maybe till it gets like damp, and then you could go in and apply your products and style your hair. That way it allows some of the water that is sitting on your hair to kind of fall off and drip off, and then your products will probably get in there and actually absorb into your hair a lot better. And I got this tip from naturally. She actually has low porosity hair, 4C hair, so you can check out her channel. I'll link it down in the description box. And Nelly as well, she also says that it really helps to let your moisturizer sit on your hair, especially if you have lower porosity hair. Let it sit and let it kind of absorb, and then go in with your styler, and your hair should stay moisturized for a little bit longer. For low porosity girls, because your hair's cuticles are already so laid, you don't want to go in with too heavy products, because that could just exacerbate the buildup that you may experience. So you want to go for something, if you use oils in your hair, you want to go for something that is thinner, on the thinner side. So like grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, almond oil, those types of oils would be better for you than something really thick like castor oil or olive oil or something like that. Now for lower porosity girls, you would want to use more moisturizing treatments than you do protein treatments, just because your hair doesn't need as much protein as somebody who has hair that is on the high end of the porosity spectrum, because what protein does is that it fills in the gaps where your cuticle is missing. So because you don't really have that many gaps, you don't need protein treatments as much as somebody who has really high porosity or really damaged hair would. So alternatively, for higher porosity girls, you want to look out for products that, when you're shampooing your hair, I mean, you could use shampoo, you could probably use a co-wash, because you may not be as prone to build up as another girl who has lower porosity hair. I used to use a lot of apple cider vinegar rinses because, like I mentioned before, pH affects porosity, and apple cider vinegar, which is acid, tends to close your cuticles a little more shut. So I used to use a lot of apple cider vinegar rinses, not only for my hair but for my scalp as well. So that really works to help higher porosity girls manage our porosity better. For deep conditioning, you really want to look out for products that have apple cider vinegar in it, or products that have aloe vera in it. Those are more acidic and tend to, like I said, allow the cuticle to lay flatter. Also, I have found, and I honestly believe that this, apart from me using apple cider vinegar and aloe vera juice in my regimen, I have started since last year using Ayurveda, and let me tell you, based on the research that I have done, and I've done extensive research, I honestly believe that this was the game changer in me being able to lower the porosity of my hair. My hair, like I told you guys, used to get drenched really quickly. It would sink to the bottom of the container as soon as I did it. My hair would dry ridiculously fast. Like, I would get out of the shower and within, I'm not even lying to tell you, within half an hour to an hour my hair is completely like bone dry. And I found now that that has changed. I am not going to say that my hair was on the high energy porosity spectrum and now it's on the opposite end, but I will say that it has lowered. My hair retains moisture so much better now. I could apply moisturizer to my hair and my hair could stay moisturized for like 3 days. I couldn't get my hair to stay moisturized beyond a day. Like, I used to have to apply moisture every single day to my hair. Now I could get away with 3 days and my hair still feeling soft, still feeling moisturized, and that is a major win for me. And honestly, I attribute that to the fact that I have been using Ayurveda almost every week for the last few months, at least since last year, September or so. And what I have found through my extensive research is that a lot of the products that I have been using, the fenugreek, amla, my aloe vera powder, marshmallow root even, and also recently I've started using the Retha and Shikaikai shampoo. All of those Ayurvedic powders, because they're plant-based, they derive from fruits and leaves and a lot of them, they are so high in ascorbic acid, which aka is vitamin C. Now, the key thing in there and why I called it ascorbic acid is because I want you to kind of get the linkage between the acids and laying your cuticle down. So imagine I've been using these products that have a high concentration of vitamin C, which lays your cuticle flatter. So I honestly believe that that has been key to me reducing or managing or getting my porosity to a place where I could hold on to my moisture a lot longer than I would have been able to before. So I honestly think that if you have higher porosity hair, get into Ayurveda. Like, it is definitely worth checking out. You will not regret it. I feel like because my hair is able to retain moisture more now, it is just going to flourish and take off in terms of length retention. So as I mentioned, shampoo, conditioner. Now for styling with high porosity hair or higher hair on the high energy porosity spectrum, you want to apply products to soaking wet hair or like really wet hair. Because your cuticles are a lot more raised, applying your products like right after you get out of the shower is really amazing because it traps in the moisture that is there. A lot of your products have oils and different things in it, so applying that to your hair like right when your hair is really wet helps to trap in some of that moisture. Also, if you tend to use an oil and seal in the moisture after, it'll be even better to lock in and trap in all the moisture that you would have had from the shower. So definitely, like, styling or applying your products on wet hair could be really good if you have high porosity hair. I know that is something that has definitely worked for me. As I said, I'm able to keep moisture in my hair now for 3 days. That was never ever possible before. Now, higher porosity hair, like I said, it has cuticles missing or layers of the cuticle missing. So you really want to be careful with how you want to be careful with all of hair in general, but especially high porosity hair, because your hair has gaps. You would want to do protein treatments. Now I thought because I had higher porosity I needed to do protein treatments like really regularly. You don't. probably like once a month, once every 6 weeks. Just kind of feel out your hair and see. Like I said, I'll link the video above, but doing a moisture, protein, or elasticity test would help you to determine how often you should do a porosity or protein treatment, sorry. But apart from that, in terms of styling, because your hair has gaps in it, you really want to be careful and really gentle with your hair, because it is so much more prone to breakage when you have high porosity hair, because your hair is that much more fragile. And if you have fine hair like I do, breakage is like waiting around the corner for you. So you really want to be careful with your hair when handling your hair, if you have high porosity hair, especially if it is on the finer side. I forgot to mention, when conditioning, is really important for high porosity to do like a cool rinse at the end. I know it might be difficult, but you know, just kind of like tilt your head back. Don't try to get it on your body, but it's so important to like a cool water rinse or cold water rinse right before you leave the shower. That helps to kind of close in the cuticles and shock them a little bit. That kind of helps for high porosity as well. Now, for high porosity hair, I mentioned for lower porosity you want to use like lighter oils, because you have high porosity hair and the moisture could leave your hair so easily. Thicker oils could work if you use oil in your hair. So what do you call that, olive oil, castor oil, those really thicker oils would be really good. Shea butter, like different types of butters. I know a lot of girls seal their hair with butters, so that could work, especially if you have higher porosity hair. So that's also something to keep in mind in terms of styling. Another thing, higher porosity hair is so susceptible to like humidity and frizz, because your hair accepts moisture so easily. The tiniest drop of moisture in the atmosphere is going to react with your hair, just because the moisture is getting into your hair and causing it to poof, to frizz. So gels are going to be like a really good thing for if you have high porosity and you want to try to hold a style. It's going to be really important for you. Also, if you have higher porosity hair, you're going to want to stay away from like a lot of heat tools or like relaxers or color. You're going to want to try to stay clear of those. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it, but just know that you're going to make your hair even higher in porosity, and you're going to want to incorporate more of the tips I'm giving you to keep your hair healthier. So yeah guys, we covered a lot in this video. We talked about what porosity is, the different types of porosity, how to determine what your hair's porosity is, the factors that affect porosity, as well as a lot of tips and tricks on how to manage your hair and how to handle your hair based on the porosity that you've determined your hair to be at. I hope you guys were able to find this video helpful. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight. You are able now to go and try to figure out what your hair needs, how to moisturize your hair, how to treat your hair now that you know your hair's porosity. So if you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up. Share the video with a friend, somebody who you know is struggling with moisture retention, length retention. This video is going to be key to helping them, or helping yourself even, to get over that hurdle if you have that problem. Also, hit the subscribe button if you found this video to be helpful and informative, and the notification bell so that you never miss future uploads. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.